The sky above Earth shimmered with an unusual light. People across the globe looked up, shielding their eyes as enormous ships descended silently from the clouds. They were not ordinary spaceships. Sleek, glimmering, and seemingly alive, each vessel reflected sunlight like polished crystal. Humanity had heard rumors of alien life before, but no one had imagined visitors arriving like this, so grand, so confident, so intimidating. In a military command center, Captain Reese rubbed his jaw and stared at the radar screens. "They're not hiding," he muttered. "They want us to see them." Around him, officers whispered nervously, glancing at monitors showing the alien ship's descent. Then, with a sudden hum that seemed to vibrate in the chest, the alien vessels landed near the Pacific testing grounds. Large doors opened smoothly and a strange blue light spilled out. From each ship emerged beings taller than humans with lithe, graceful frames and armor that shimmered like liquid metal. The aliens moved with such elegance it seemed almost impossible. "They're beautiful," said Lieutenant Marks, unable to hide awe in her voice. "And that armor." Captain Reese's eyes narrowed. "That's what worries me. Look at it. It's like something out of a dream, or a war machine from another galaxy. I don't know what it can do, but we need to be careful." A figure stepped forward from the alien group. Taller than the others, with a calm, commanding presence, the alien raised a hand in greeting. Captain Reese could not read any expression on its face, but somehow it felt welcoming. "I am Zaylor," the alien said, its voice soft yet carrying across the field, translated instantly by a device at the humans' helmets. "We come as friends, as allies. We have watched your world. We see your courage. We wish to share our armor with your people, so together we may face dangers beyond your stars." The humans exchanged confused looks. "Armor? Advanced alien armor?" Reese stepped forward cautiously. "Why would you give this to us? What do you want in return?" Zalor's eyes glimmered faintly. "Nothing but friendship. Strength should not be kept from those who show courage. Accept it, and your warriors will become stronger than you ever imagined." A technician nearby whispered, "Look at it. That armor can probably stop anything we throw at it. Energy blasts, explosions, maybe even meteors." Reese's mind raced. He knew humans were proud but also adaptable. The alien armor was stunning, but he noticed something in the way Zaylor moved. It was precise, almost delicate. That armor might make you powerful, he thought. But can it handle the chaos we call a battlefield? Humans don't fight like machines. We improvise. We adapt. A few hours later, a demonstration began. Zaylor and his team activated their armor. Light ran over their bodies, forming protective fields. When they lifted enormous boulders, the ground shook, and when they ran, their speed blurred the eyes of anyone watching. It was mesmerizing. The humans' traditional armor looked simple in comparison. Their metal plates were scratched and dented from drills and past exercises, but it had survived every test. Reese watched as his soldiers trained in it, moving freely, ducking, weaving, and reacting without delay. "It's not flashy," he admitted to himself, "but it works." Zaylor noticed the humans' hesitation. "Do not misunderstand," he said kindly. "Our armor will give you strength you cannot imagine. It will protect you from nearly everything. With it you could defeat enemies across galaxies." Reese stepped forward and shook his head slowly. "We appreciate the offer, really. But humans fight with more than just armor. We fight with our minds, with our instincts, with each other. We will consider your gift, but we may stick with what we know." Zaylor tilted his head, intrigued. "You decline? Before even trying?" "Not decline," Reese said firmly. "We just value ourselves. Sometimes the best weapon isn't the strongest armor. Sometimes it's knowing how to use what you have." For the next few hours, the humans observed the aliens. They asked questions about the armor, studied its patterns, and even tested small parts of it under supervision. The Zephyrians, humans had started calling them that, were patient and respectful. They did not press, though a faint curiosity lingered in Zaylor's gaze. As night fell, the humans gathered around a fire pit near the landing site. Reese looked up at the alien ships shining under the stars. "They're incredible," he said quietly. "But if we just wear their armor and forget ourselves, we're nothing. We have to fight like humans, not like tools." Lieutenant Marks smiled. "I like that. Let them have their shiny toys. We'll stick to what works, and maybe show them a few tricks of our own." A young soldier nearby laughed. "Yeah, imagine Zaylor in the middle of our training drills. He'd probably trip over a mud puddle or get tangled in our ropes." Everyone laughed, tension easing. Even Reese allowed a small smile. Later, Zaylor walked alone among the humans' camp. The alien watched quietly as humans cleaned their weapons, shared food, and told stories of past battles. For all their simplicity, there was a rhythm to their lives, a confidence that did not depend on advanced technology. Interesting, Zaylor murmured to itself. The translation device captured the words, and though humans could not understand fully, the tone conveyed curiosity, not judgment. This species, they relied on what they had, yet achieved what most species only dreamed of. By the end of the night, the first day of contact had concluded. The humans had not donned the alien armor, but they had learned much about the Zephyrians, and Zaylor had learned much about humans, especially their pride, their ingenuity, and their stubbornness. Captain Reese stood at the edge of the camp, watching the alien ships glimmer under the moonlight. Tomorrow, he thought, we'll see if we can show them that humans fight differently. Maybe we don't need their armor to be stronger. Maybe we're already stronger than they think. Somewhere above, Zaylor observed the same human. Tomorrow, the alien whispered to itself, will be interesting. The night was quiet yet charged with anticipation. Two worlds had met, two kinds of strength stood side by side, and the story of humans and Zephyrians had only just begun. The next morning, the sun rose over the Pacific testing grounds, casting long shadows across the humans and Zephyrians alike. Today, a joint training exercise had been arranged. The goal was simple: see how humans would perform alongside or against the advanced alien armor. But Captain Reese and his team had other plans. The Zephyrian soldiers moved first, their armor glinting under the sun. Each step they took seemed effortless, their strength and precision obvious. The humans, in their own armor, looked comparatively ordinary, but their eyes burned with determination. They were not here to compete. They were here to prove that human ingenuity could match even the most advanced technology. Zaylor, watching from a raised platform, smiled faintly. "Let's see how they perform," the alien murmured. The first round began. The Zephyrians moved like a single, perfect unit. Their energy shields absorbed all attacks, and their speed made human attempts to tag them almost laughable. Soldiers ran, jumped, and dodged, yet the alien seemed always one step ahead. Captain Reese observed carefully. "Watch their patterns," he told his team. "They are fast but predictable. Their armor may be strong, but it relies on their control. Watch the rhythm, and we can find the gaps." Human soldiers nodded. They moved cautiously at first, then began to test the limits of the Zephyrian armor. Small diversions, unexpected maneuvers, and teamwork became their weapons. One soldier faked a charge from the left, while another took the real path from the right. The aliens, strong but unaccustomed to unpredictability, paused just long enough for humans to score points in the exercise. Lieutenant Marks grinned. "They're good," she said, "but not unbeatable. Stick with your instincts." The humans started to gain confidence. Captain Reese devised a daring strategy. They would simulate a battlefield where the Zephyrians' armor would struggle in close quarters. Walls, narrow passages, and unexpected obstacles were set up. The humans moved as a single, coordinated unit using timing, distraction, and clever teamwork. Galor's brow furrowed in curiosity. Their armor is simple, yet their coordination, it is remarkable. They do not rely on strength or protection. They rely on thinking, on observing, on working together. During the exercise, a young soldier named Jared noticed a pattern in the Zephyrian movements. Their advanced armor provided incredible power, but it was slightly slower when twisting or turning sharply in confined spaces. Jared called out his observation to the team. "Use that. Funnel them into the narrow corridors," Captain Reese shouted. The humans executed the plan flawlessly. Zephyrian soldiers, though stronger and better armored, struggled to navigate the confined spaces. Their precision was unmatched in open areas, but in tight quarters, their armor became a limitation. Humans, unencumbered by heavy technology, darted and dodged effortlessly. Zaylor's expression shifted from curiosity to astonishment. "They are using their limitations to our advantage," the alien murmured. "No one has done this before. Even in the galaxy's greatest training arenas, creatures do not adapt so quickly." By midday, the exercise had become a display of pure human ingenuity. The humans had not outpowered the Zephyrians, but they had outsmarted them. Captain Reese led a small squad through a series of simulated ambushes and traps. Each move exploited a minor flaw in the alien armor. Each plan relied on human intuition and teamwork. Finally, the exercise ended. The humans, tired but exhilarated, stood together. The Zephyrian soldiers were quiet, processing what they had just witnessed. Zalor descended to the field, walking slowly toward the human group. "You surprised me," Zalor said softly. "Your armor is simple, yet your fighting, it is brilliant. You have no fear of relying on yourselves. Most species would surrender to the advantage we provide, yet you refuse. Why?" Captain Reese met the alien's gaze without hesitation. "We appreciate your technology, Zalor. It is impressive, powerful, and maybe even perfect for certain situations. But humans don't just fight with tools. We fight with our minds, our creativity, our instincts, and our teamwork. That is our armor. That is who we are." A silence fell over the field. Zephyrians, accustomed to pride and obedience, were unprepared for such confidence. Zalor tilted his head, studying the humans. Confidence. And courage. Unyielding courage. I see it now. Strength is not only what protects you, but what allows you to think, to act, to survive when all seems lost. Lieutenant Marks laughed lightly. "You could say we're stubborn," she said. "Stubborn," Zalor repeated, intrigued. "Perhaps this is why you survive where others fail. Perhaps this is why your species endures." Later, the humans gathered near their camp. Captain Reese addressed his team. "Today, you showed them who humans really are. We didn't need their armor to prove it. You all relied on each other, thought on your feet, and never gave up. That is our greatest strength. Remember it." The team cheered, feeling proud. Even the younger soldiers who had doubted themselves now understood what it meant to fight like a human. Above them, Zalor returned to the alien ships, silent but thoughtful. "Humans," the alien whispered to itself, "are unlike any species I have known. They do not surrender to advantage. They create advantage from what they have. This is remarkable." The sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the training grounds. The humans watched as the Zephyrian ship slowly lifted, preparing to return to orbit. But Zalor paused before leaving. "You will continue with your armor," the alien said, "if you choose. But know this. I have learned more from you than you could learn from us. You have shown me that strength is not only power, but the courage to use what you already possess." Captain Reese nodded. "And we've learned that even the most advanced technology can't replace a human mind, a human instinct, or the trust we place in each other." As the alien ships disappeared into the sky, the humans felt a quiet pride. They had not only proven themselves to the Zephyrians, but to themselves. They had faced a seemingly unbeatable force and relied on what made them truly unique: human spirit, ingenuity, and teamwork. Around the campfire that evening, soldiers shared stories of the day, laughing at near misses and clever maneuvers. "I can't believe we pulled that off," Jared said, still amazed. Lieutenant Marks raised her cup. "We didn't just pull it off. We reminded the universe why humans are never underestimated." Captain Reese watched his team, smiling quietly. Tomorrow, he thought, we continue preparing. Who knows what challenges await us out there in the stars, but no matter what, we will face them as humans, proud and unafraid. Above, Zalor's eyes glimmered in the distance. "Tomorrow," the alien whispered, "will bring more lessons. Humans, you are extraordinary indeed." The stars twinkled over Earth, carrying the quiet truth. Humans were not only capable of surviving in the galaxy, they were capable of thriving on their own terms. The day after the training exercise, the atmosphere at the Pacific testing grounds was different. Humans moved with quiet confidence, their spirits high after proving themselves against the Zephyrians. Even the alien soldiers seemed slightly unsettled, impressed by human creativity and resilience. Captain Reese walked among his team, observing their preparation for another drill. "Remember," he said, "it's not about matching their armor. It's about using our strengths, speed, teamwork, and thinking ahead. The more we trust ourselves, the stronger we are." Lieutenant Marks nodded. "We've shown them what humans can do. Let's make sure we keep showing them." Zalor returned to the field, this time accompanied by several senior Zephyrian officers. They had observed the humans closely and were clearly considering their next move. Zalor approached Captain Reese with a calm expression. "You have declined our offer," Zalor said, "yet you have defeated our expectations. Most species would eagerly wear our armor and rely on its strength. You choose to fight with your own. Why?" Reese met Zalor's gaze steadily. "Because this is who we are. Armor can protect, but it cannot think for us. Humans survive because we adapt, we improvise, and we trust each other. That's something no armor can give." Zalor's eyes glimmered. I see, and yet, you have not faced real danger. You have faced drills, exercises, but not a true enemy. How will you fare when a battle cannot be planned? Reese smiled faintly. Then we'll fight like humans do. We adapt, we survive, and we win. A few hours later, a simulated battle was arranged. The humans faced a scenario designed to test their limits. Raiders attacking in multiple directions, unpredictable obstacles, and the Zephyrians coordinating as if in an actual war zone. The alien armor was superior in strength and protection, but the humans relied on strategy, observation, and teamwork. Captain Reese led a small squad through a narrow canyon. The Zephyrians' advanced armor allowed them to push through obstacles, but their movements were restricted in tight spaces. Humans darted between rocks, swung from vines, and used the terrain to confuse the aliens. Each human move was calculated yet flexible, unlike the Zephyrians' precise but rigid patterns. Lieutenant Marks coordinated from above, calling out instructions to her team. Jared, flank left. Elena, cover the rear. Watch the openings in their formation. The humans executed the plan flawlessly. Despite their armor being less advanced, they created opportunities to outmaneuver their opponents. One by one, they tagged Zephyrian soldiers in the simulation, exploiting small delays caused by the heavy armor. Zalor observed quietly. Incredible, the alien murmured. Even in their simplicity, humans create complexity that rivals our technology. They are extraordinary. After the exercise, the humans gathered around their makeshift camp. Captain Reese addressed them with pride. Today we did more than survive a simulated battle. We proved something important. Humans fight with heart, with intelligence, and with each other. That's why we stick to what we know. Our armor is more than metal. It's our spirit, our courage, and our trust in one another. The Zephyrians approached, this time without hesitation. Zalor spoke softly but clearly. You have earned my respect, Captain Reese. Your people demonstrate a kind of strength I have not seen before. It is not the power of armor, but the power of will, of creativity, and of unity. Reese nodded. We appreciate that, Zalor, and we've learned something too. Your armor is amazing. It could save lives in certain situations. But humans do not depend on tools to define who we are. One of the Zephyrian officers, curious and thoughtful, stepped forward. Perhaps there is much we can learn from each other. Your simplicity, your improvisation, it is impressive. Maybe our technology and your tactics can work together, without replacing who you are. Captain Reese smiled. That's exactly right. We can work together, but it has to respect both sides. Humans fight with our minds, our instincts, in each other. We don't need to change that. Zalor nodded, a rare expression of humility on the alien face. Agreed. We will offer guidance, advice, and strategic support. But the humans will remain humans, strong, clever, and unyielding. As the sun set, the humans and Zephyrians stood together, sharing stories, laughter, and knowledge. Though their methods were different, a sense of mutual respect had been forged. The humans had chosen to remain true to themselves, and the Zephyrians had come to admire that choice. Captain Reese looked out over the horizon. The galaxy is vast, he said quietly, and threats will come. But as long as humans trust in themselves, nothing can stop us. Not armor, not aliens, not anything. Our strength is who we are. Lieutenant Marks rested her hand on his shoulder. And that's why we will always survive. No matter what comes, we fight like humans, proud, brave, and unstoppable. Above them, Zalor gazed at the night sky. Perhaps the galaxy has underestimated humans, the alien whispered. But no longer. They are more than capable. They are remarkable. The stars twinkled over the Pacific testing grounds, reflecting off the Zephyrian ships preparing to leave. The humans, standing tall in their own simple armor, waved goodbye, not as equals under alien technology, but as proud warriors of their own making. That night, Captain Reese and his team gathered around a small fire. Laughter echoed, stories were shared, and the pride of accomplishment filled the air. They had not only survived the drills, they had impressed an entire alien race without changing who they were. Imagine them telling other species about us, Jared said with a grin. Humans don't need fancy armor to be dangerous. Lieutenant Marks laughed. Exactly. They'll think twice before underestimating us again. Captain Reese looked at his team, proud beyond words. Today we showed the universe that humans fight differently. We fight smarter, braver, and together. That is our true armor, and no one, no matter how advanced, can take that from us. The night grew quiet, but a sense of victory and respect lingered. Humanity had faced the allure of alien technology, evaluated it, and chosen to trust in their own strength. And in doing so, they had earned the admiration of one of the galaxy's most advanced races. Above, Zalor watched one last time before returning to the ships. "Humans," the alien whispered to the stars. "You are extraordinary indeed. May your courage guide you through the challenges ahead." And so the humans stood proud. Their armor was simple, their methods unassuming, but their spirit unyielding. They had proven that even when offered the best, humans trusted in their own strength, ingenuity, and heart. The galaxy had taken notice, and the story of humanity's courage was only beginning.